Alright guys, welcome back. Today we are doing the first 3 mods on the Camaro. I feel like these are pretty essential mods for not only just this motor and car as it is, but just for any muscle car really. Good starting basis, cheap mods to do. So I'll give you guys a second to guess what the 3 mods are. One of them is going to be one that has some different opinions on. Not everyone loves them. Some people have are very skeptical of them. I was very skeptical of them. I actually reached out to this company and told them how skeptical I was of it, and so they sent one out to me to review for you guys. So the first mod we're going to do, let me grab it real quick, is we got a catch can. We're going to install this. Now, this is not a name brand one. The name brand ones run anywhere from 150 to like 250 bucks. Actually, I saw more that were more expensive than that, like Mishimoto. I believe Corsa Performance makes one. This one is baffled, looked just like the Mishimoto one, had great reviews on it. I'm in a Camaro page on Facebook, and a lot of the guys were running this one. It was only like 30 bucks, got it off Amazon. A catch can is a catch can. Again, this one's baffled, just the same as the Mishimoto. All the internals looked identical. So we're gonna run it, and worst comes to worst, if it doesn't like hold up, we'll eventually get another one. But these motors have a lot of blow by, and they end up destroying the valves, and it's awful. One guy posted a picture of what his valves looked like with less than 50,000 miles on it with no catch can, and they just looked awful. They needed completely redone, walnut, all that great stuff. So that's the first thing we're gonna do is this catch can. I believe it's gonna mount up right here, but we'll see how that goes. There's some, I think the Corsa Performance one mounts back there on the firewall. I know the Mishimoto one mounts there. This is supposed to be a direct fit. It's not supposed to be like a universal mount one. It is supposed to be direct fit. So we'll see how that works out for me. Now, the second mod that has some different opinions on it is going to be this pedal box. This one was sent out by DTE Performance. This is made in Germany, I believe. It has in total, it has 16 different modes because it's got city mode, sport mode, and sport plus mode. And then within those modes, you can adjust tons of different settings, and it's also got off, stuff like that, so you can go back to your stock tune. This doesn't void any warranties. It's plug and play. I don't have, yes, you can get throttle response with a tune, but I don't have any modifications to justify getting a tune yet. So this is going to serve that purpose for a stock OEM. No bolt-ons, no nothing. I don't have a cold air intake or anything like that. So it's going to serve its purpose for me. So I'll show you guys how to go through that. And then here's the one I've been waiting on. We got some lowering springs. Now these are by BMR. These aren't sponsored or anything by any means. I picked these up on my own. And then we got some spring compressors there. This seems like I watched a few different videos on it, and it seems relatively easy. So we're gonna jump into this catch can. I also have, I disconnected it already, but my backup camera quit working with 4,000 miles on the Camaro, and I got 6,000 now, and I've had a pain in the butt time trying to get an appointment made. So we got the battery disconnected in the trunk. Some guys said that reset their system and ended up fixing it. So we're gonna give it a go while we're working on this today. So I'm gonna get everything set up. Hopefully see if there's some instructions in this box, just so I know if I'm mounting it up in the right spot, and then we'll jump into it, and I'll keep you guys posted on how this install goes. Okay, so we have everything out of the box. Sadly, there's no instructions, but this seems to be pretty straightforward. I believe we need to put it right in here. So we're gonna start off with taking this cover off. I did go ahead and take these clips off. That's super easy. They just close and you push and pull. Pretty straightforward. And it does mount right here. We have our mount here. It's gonna go like this, right there, right there. And then it comes with pre-made lines that have factory connections here, and then it does have barb fittings for where it connects to the catch can. And this thing is pretty high quality. This is not plastic by any means. Let's see if I can unscrew it here. I'll show you guys the design. Got an O-ring right there, and let's see. Wow, there's a lot of threads on here. Apologize, trying to do this one hand. Okay, there we go. So we got our baffle design here. This is going to stop oil from coming back out. That way it keeps it all down in the can. Now if you want, you can put some steel wool down in here, and that also helps keep the oil down at the bottom. and you can see here there's a spot to drain it. It looks like if you want to hook up some sort of valve there, you can do that. But again, this is heavy duty. This is not weigh nothing. This has a good chunk of weight to it, so not too worried about quality here. Again, a catch can is a catch can, especially when it's baffled like this. And if we end up noticing issues with it, we'll swap to a different one. But this should work for now. It looks like we have all of our hardware. So I'm going to go ahead and work on getting this cover off. I believe you should just have to pull just like that. There we go. Okay, we'll set it off to the side, and looks like this one's bolted down, I think here and here, so we probably have the same thing over here. Now again, I only have 6,000 miles on mine, so everything's still pretty clean, so I don't have to worry about really cleaning, but now would be a great time to clean. So I'm going to grab some sockets, some deep well sockets, and work on taking off this top hat here. Okay, so we got this hose off from right down in here. Is how these factory ones work is you're just going to push in on this side right here, and then if you can see inside here, that actually causes that to shift. It's kind of hard to show, but it allows you to pull it off. Now you don't necessarily have to take off these covers, as I realized, but this does give you a few extra inches here to move that around. So we're going to keep moving along here. Okay, we got that finished up, installed, so we got our hoses ran nice and neat all the way over here. Honestly, the hardest part of this entire install was these hose clamps. I did make it a little bit difficult on myself and put the clamp part at the bottom. That way it's not super visible from the top, just a nice cleaner look. But this all installed super easily. This just attaches to the bracket with some Phillips screws there. You can adjust the angle as you want, so you can make it to where it's not rubbing on anything, just however you want, and it doesn't get in the way of these covers. And again, you didn't have to remove these, not that this took too much time at all, but you don't have to remove these. I just did so I could have some extra wiggle room to get this top one off. So with that being said, we're going to move into the inside of the car, install this pedal master. Okay, once you get this unboxed all the way, what you're gonna have in the box is you got your controller. It's got two plugs on it. This is gonna plug in line with your throttle pedal. It's gonna be super simple install. You got instructions. Again, this is just typical instruction stuff, but you can also not only is the plug here made specific to your vehicle, there's also a startup sequence that you go through that completely adjusts this to your throttle pedal. That way it's based off your computer, your vehicle completely, and then on top of that you have a bracket here. It does have some holes in it, 2 holes. I'm assuming if you really wanted to, they put that there so you could use screws. I'm guessing, but they also come with, if I can get this out, it also comes with 2, I'm guessing these are some sort of 3M, not necessarily 3M, but some sticky tabs, and you can put them on your dash. You get a sticker, 5-year product warranty thing as well. Again, they say in the instructions that this does not void your warranty. It doesn't actually change the tuning by any means, and if you are worried about it, it does make for a very quick install and uninstall, so you don't have to worry about it taking hours to go through if you're worried about if you got to take it into the shop and you're worried about them saying something about it. So you don't have to worry about that. Let's see, just going through the instructions here. Now is how this does work. So first off, understand, none of us get into muscle cars to save money on gas, right? We all know that, but in theory this can help with that situation, but also it can make it worse, because you are changing the responsiveness of your gas pedal, is essentially what you're doing. Not even essentially, that's exactly what you're doing. Now this has a city mode. It can basically dumb down your responsiveness as well as increase it. So the city mode, all these modes all have like a green mode, 3 different, you got 3 green, 3 red, and so the green is obviously going to be dumbing it down, red's going to be like advanced sort of thing. So you got tons of different options here. And so in city mode, it's gonna, if you're stoplight to stoplight, whatever it is, it's going to take more pressure on the gas pedal for the computer to acknowledge it. right? So, you know, you can't, you know, jump off the line, that sort of thing. So it will help with that. You're not going to notice a difference highway driving, because when you're highway driving, your cruise control, you're not using the gas pedal yourself. So the responsiveness doesn't change there. So you can get increased gas mileage. Now, if you are in their Sport Plus mode, Sport mode, whatever it is, obviously you're going to lose gas mileage, right? Because you're going to be more responsive, all that stuff. So, and again, if you have a bunch of modifications to the car, this is stuff that can be tuned with a tune, right? You don't have to go this route, but I don't have anything on the car that justifies me going to get it tuned. So there's no sense in me doing that. So with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into getting this installed. Again, it's just 2 wires. Now, my carpets are a little bit dirty in here. The car outside overall is clean, but the floors are dirty, so don't judge me. It's been winter time here. Vacuuming hasn't been much of an option, so keep that in mind. But again, let's go ahead and jump into this. After some struggling there, we got it unplugged. As you can see here, this red piece right here is the, show you guys, that red piece is the lock. You can push down on it, push up. So on our plug here, you got 2 plugins. This one right here is going to go into the piece here, and this piece is going to plug into your throttle pedal. So see if we can't go ahead and do it like this. Do it done on camera here. Done one-handed maybe. This is way harder than it looks to do. There we go. So just like that, plugged in. And then this, you're gonna want this clip right here. You're gonna want it to face the carpet. And then you gotta fiddle around a little bit till you find the plug. That right here. And just like that. You heard it click, can't pull up. So now all you have to do is decide where you want to route your wire. Right here, I am thinking of putting my mount right about here for it. That way it'll be here. And so with that being said, we need to hide some of these wires, zip tie it, you know, whatever it needs. So I'm going to figure out how I'm going to hide all this, and then I'll show you guys and show you guys where I'm going to mount it at. You can also, right here, might actually even be a better spot, a little bit out of sight. That might actually be what I do. It'll be something like this and have the wires all tucked up here. So let me play around with it and see what I can do. All right, so I actually was able to tuck all the wires into the carpet and behind the dash there without using any zip ties. I think right here does make for a quick, easy spot out of sight. Up here was just a little bit much. We're gonna go with right here. If you want to, you could even slide it over a little bit. But we're gonna make it accessible. Now this one can also be controlled with an app on my phone, so I don't always necessarily have to have complete access to it, but from a driving standpoint, I think this is gonna work perfect. I can just reach down. So we got these stuck to it, so I need to peel off this white piece on this side. That way I can stick it right there, and then I'll show you guys the final product. So we're running into our first problem here, which isn't too big of a deal. I mean, these are, I've had this sitting for a few months, but it's not sticking. So this is coming right off. So we're gonna have to get some different tabs for it. I'll keep it mounted, pull up some of the wires, and just have it sitting here for now. And then I will pick up some new tabs. Like I can even go ahead and just peel that off right there. It's not sticking by any means. So we're gonna have to get some different tabs for that. But no worries, that's not end of the world problem at all. Okay, so with that pretty much installed, other than the location of it, we need to go ahead and come back here and re-plug in our battery. You don't have to unplug the battery to get this installed again. I just did it for the sake of testing out my backup camera. So we're gonna clip that down, set that into place, and let's go ahead. Now the car key is not inside the car, so let's see if this will still start. It will not, so I need to grab the car key. It's sitting right up there. All right, so we got our key. Let's go ahead and start this up. Okay, so we got our different modes here. This should be off. That should be, let's see. Okay, so we got, this is, okay, so green is city mode. That is going to be sport mode, like a yellow color. and then red is going to be Sport Plus, and as you can see, we can even go into the green on Sport Plus. So that checks out. Let's go ahead. Okay, not a huge difference. Oh, that's, let's go all the way. Let's go for it. Ooh. That's okay, so it's gonna be kind of hard to explain this to you guys and show you guys. So is what I'm gonna try to do here is I'm gonna go through the modes. I'm gonna give, let's see, okay, consistent amount of pressure here. So I'm gonna idle right now with this is off. This is in off mode. I'm gonna idle, put enough pressure, get it up to about 1500 RPM. Right, see if I can show you guys. Okay, right there is 1500. We're holding it. Okay, there's city mode with the same amount of pressure. There's sport mode, Sport Plus, and off. Just to show you guys. We're right back there. So my foot is not moving at all. So city mode, that's all the way green, so we can all the way up. It's about 2000 RPM, 2100. There's sport mode, and there's Sport Plus mode. And again, off, it drops down. So this thing actually works, about 1500 RPM. So again, this is gonna be kind of hard to show you guys. Like, obviously I'll show you guys, you know, driving examples and stuff, but it's hard to actually show you guys that I'm not increasing the pressure on my foot at all. So that's done. And while we're here, let's see if our reverse camera is working. Actually my trunk is open, so nope. So see, it's not working. That might be because the trunk is closed, so let's go close the trunk and give that a go again. So we got the trunk closed, hood's open, but that shouldn't affect it. Yeah, no, still not working. That's the code or not really code, that's the error I'm typically getting. Let me show you guys the app real quick for this thing, if I can find it. Where do I keep it at? Right here. So we got our PedalBox app. It's connecting. Oh, power. Okay. So you should be able to see. So there's sport mode. It changes on there. Let's see, Sport Plus, and it changes there. And here you can change all your different settings. So you can have this completely tucked up in your dash if you wanted to, which might be something that I do, and you don't even have to see it at all and never know that it's even there. And again, you can just hit the power button. So there you go. So each mode has, let's see, 6 settings. 6 times 3, yeah, so 18. I think I said 14 earlier, I can't remember. So we got 18 modes, which is absolutely awesome. 19 if you can include off. So mixing this with track mode, which just was in sport mode, I pretty much keep it in sport mode all the time. Okay, all that aside, you know, it's working now. We'll go out and test drive in a little while. I'm gonna take a look and see if I want to go ahead and start installing the lowering springs or not. So I'm gonna take a look at that, see what it entails, and see what I come up with. All right, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you consider a throttle box or PedalBox. There's so many different versions of them out there. Let me know if you guys consider them a mod. Let's talk about it. Don't really think I lean towards it as a mod. I think a tune is better, but let me know what you guys think, and we'll talk about it just a little bit. But anyways, big things coming for the Camaro. A whole lot of stuff is in the lineup. I have some pretty exciting partnerships coming up with quite a few really big companies, and one of them is going to be a giveaway, a dream giveaway for a 1970 Chevy Nova. So I've never done anything like this, so hopefully this goes well. $3 for every entry. Go check out the link down below. But also, every entry above $25, so if you guys spend $25 or more and use the code ARESGARAGE, it'll double your entries. You guys got till, I think, sometime past August, possibly September, I think is when that giveaway ends, and we're going to be announcing more stuff. So keep that in mind. But we also have a lot of automotive projects coming up. The more these giveaways do good, the more we'll do of them. But stuff for the Nova, stuff for the Camaro, potentially stuff for the C10. So we'll keep you guys posted on that stuff. And again, if you guys have any questions about anything you guys seen today, be sure to drop a comment, and I'll catch you guys later.